Hello, my name is Shane Depar and I'm the head Irish teacher here at the Dublin Academy of Education. So today I want to explain to you what is involved with the Leaving Cert Higher Level Irish course. So for those of you who are interested, you will have to sit 3 exams. The first exam you will sit will be during the Easter holidays. The first week of the Easter holidays for school will be your Irish oral exam. The Irish oral exam is worth 40% at higher level Irish, and basically this is an exam that tests your fluency of language. We're talking about myself, my family, my area as the basic conversation topics. We also have picture sequences, or the strap picture as we call them, to do, where you'll be given 20 small picture sequences like kind of cartoons, and you have to talk about them, just be able to explain them in under 4 minutes. As well as that, you'll have to read out a poem, and at the very start of that exam you'll have to do a little general introduction, your name, your age, your date of birth, exam number and address. So that's your Irish oral. That takes place in April of the Easter holidays of the first week, and that's worth 40% of the overall grade in Irish. The next exam that takes place will be in June, will be your Paper 1 exam. Paper 1, we look at 2 different aspects of the course. We look at our listening aspects, the oral, and we also look at our composing. So what does that mean? Well, you have a 25-minute listening exam, an oral exam, where someone speaks in Irish and you answer questions based off what they've said. That takes about 22 to 25 minutes. After that, you have the composing section. The composing section is mainly made up of essays and debates. So where do we get these topics from? Well, these are topics that are in the news at this moment in time, kind of topical events that are happening, and that's what we're looking to do. Last paper we have to do is our Paper 2 Irish exam. It's all the studied material. So you have 2 reading comprehensions, a question on poetry, a question on prose, which is a short story, and finally what I cover here is a question on a drama called On Trio. So there are 4 questions on Paper 2, reading comprehensions, prose section, poetry section, and finally you've got the drama section at the end. 4 questions worth 200 marks in total. So that's what we're looking at here. So we've got an oral, we've got a Paper 1 for composing, and then we've got a Paper 2 for our studied material. So how do our classes work here? What do we do? Well, you have a 1 hour and 15-minute grind with me every single week. So each week you come in, we study a different topic. The topics are all set out in advance, and what I do is I mix between Paper 1, oral and Paper 2 material. So we're not just solely focusing on one different aspect of the course, that you have a wide variety of stuff covered leading into Christmas and then leading into your mock exams also. As well as your 1 hour and 15-minute grind a week, your 75-minute class, you also get 10 extra classes. And in these 10 extra classes, we focus on some of the aspects that maybe people who are coming back to do Irish find difficult. So we'll do some extra oral classes there as well. We'll practice some of the reasons why you want to be a teacher, maybe things about your work-life balance, things that wouldn't usually come up for a student in secondary school, but you would be expected to speak about in the Irish oral. We'll also then focus on some of the grammar aspects that we find difficult for Paper 1, as well as the revising the key topics for Paper 2 that we really want to nail and focus in on for that exam in June. As well as that, we also get examinations. Why? Because we have assessment for learning here, and what that means is we give assessment so I can give you feedback on how you're doing, what you're doing really well, and also then what needs to improve also. So we run exams for February midterm, and not only that, we also run 4 mock oral exams during the year. So you could come into the school on an evening of your choice. There's usually 2 or 3 evenings on offer. Students come in, they sit an oral exam with one of our trained oral examiners, and they get feedback on their oral Irish exam. There is no better way to improve your spoken Irish than to speak Irish to someone under pressure, under exam technique. So what can you expect to cover with me while you're doing the course with me? Well, you're going to cover everything. There are 5 poems to cover, there are 5 short stories to cover. We will cover all 5. In any given year, we will cover anywhere between 4 and 5 essays. Usually 4 really well and a 5th one just in case. And why we don't name the essays here and now is because the essays change every year. It depends what's topical in the news, and there are also historically some essay titles that come up year in, year out, but it just depends what appeared on the exam in the previous year. But we'll cover about 4/5 essays really, really well, and then you'll pick in order of preference with my guidance which one we're really hoping for and which ones then we're least expecting, but we have them as backup. And what's the benefit of doing it here? Well, I'm a trained examiner, okay? So because of that, I can give you the tips, the insight into what we're looking for, not only in the oral but in the written paper as well, so you can achieve your very, very best. Everything here is exam focused. There's nothing that we do that won't help you achieve in this exam. If there's anything that I feel isn't really necessary, isn't going to help you, is not to your benefit, we won't be doing it in class, because our aim here is to strip away as much of the things as possible that we don't need to do and really focus in on the bits that are going to reward you most. Last question usually I get is, where can you sign up How can you express your interest? Well, there's two ways to do that. The best way to do it is go to our website, the Dublin Academy. You can sign up there, you can express your interest, or also, alternatively, if you do have any further questions, don't hesitate to get in contact with the desk and they'll answer any more of your questions. I look forward to seeing some of you in September. Thank you.